Hello, what is up guys, welcome to a brand new Fallout 76 video. Now I'm sure by now you have heard this game is a fully online game, and of course that caused a lot of concern for the game, not only by myself but in the community. However, the fellows over at NoClip has done a great documentary on the making of Fallout 76, and it reveals a ton of information to us. In this video I am going to focus on the gameplay, but we find out so much more than just that. If you haven't already, I highly recommend that you go and watch that documentary. I will have it linked down in the description, so be sure to check it out. But let's get into what kind of game we should expect Fallout 76 to be. And to be more specific, what will we do? Now of course it wouldn't be a Fallout game without a story and quests. However, that is not all we will be doing in this game. Fallout 76 is a live world. This means there will be stuff going on constantly that you and the 23 other players on the server can go and participate in. One of those things you can do are events. An example of an event that they give us is that super mutants attack a location on the map. And of course you go there to kill them, I presume to get the loot, and maybe a completion bonus for defeating the event. But of course this isn't just going to attract you, this is going to attract a lot of people there. So it gives the opportunity for some interesting encounters to take place at this event. Another one of the things that you are going to want to do in this game is take over public workshops. These are specific locations where you can go there and kill monsters and take over. You can then build and fortify there, and the location gives you access to certain things. They give an example of one location giving you access to lead. I assume this location is probably the big mining facility that we have seen, and of course controlling this area and having access to lead is really valuable and important, as lead allows you to craft bullets. And of course ammunition is going to be a really valuable resource in this game, and I guarantee you that people will be fighting over control of these facilities. Controlling these facilities also relates to what I think is going to be at the core of this game, and that is the crafting. In order to craft, you have to go out there and get specific resources. This may require you to go to certain areas of the map or explore certain locations. And of course you also have your camp, a portable space where you can build and fortify that follows you between servers. They say that if you join a server and where you had your camp before is free, then your camp will be there. However, if that space is already filled by somebody else, for example, then your camp is packed up into a blueprint that can then be placed somewhere else. What you choose to do in this game will be heavily dictated upon the survival elements. As God Howard himself said, this is not a hardcore survival game. However, there is food and thirst. So there may be a situation where you are desperate to get your hands on some food. So you will have to go out there to a location where you know there is animals and go do some hunting. And of course you are going to have to focus on getting a source of clean water. Fallout 76 also reintroduces durability, so your weapons and armor will degrade over time. But not only that, food and other stuff also now degrade over time. So you're going to want to focus on having a sustainable source for everything. And something pretty cool that they revealed is that you can trade between players, even set up prices. They give an example of somebody focusing on food. They then make the quote-unquote best food in the wasteland and sell it off to other players for some caps. And there is also talk of them enabling us to set up robot vendors that will be accessible to other players where they can go and buy some items from us. On top of all these things, of course, Fallout 76 has a leveling up system. When you level up, you get the ability to choose a perk card. There is perk cards for each of the special stats, and perk cards will give you bonuses and negatives. However, there is a limit to the amount of perk cards that you can have active on your character at a time. This allows you to specialize in certain areas, and you can even trade perk cards with your party. So you can have it so that maybe you are the combat specialist. However, your friend specializes in crafting, so he crafts you all the gear more efficiently and better. Then you are able to reap the benefits of that with your combat perks. On top of the perk card system, there is also a mutation system. Mutations happen when you are radiated. The higher radiation you have, the higher you are likely to get a mutation. Mutations work very similar to perk cards, where they give you a positive and negative effect. And most of these are gameplay, however a few of them are actually aesthetic, which is very interesting, and I am personally hoping that one of those mutations is to become a ghoul. I think that would be pretty cool. So you probably heard all this great stuff and think, yeah, great. But what is the endgame? Well, they have plans for that. The game is a live game, so they will be supporting it throughout years. But what they have in place right now is the nuclear sites. In the endgame, you want to secure these sites, work together and solve the puzzle to launch the nukes to put a stop to these monsters called Scorch Beasts, which are huge bat-like creatures. And once you nuke the fissure that they are coming from, that area and the surrounding area becomes irradiated, and the monsters you find within that area will be a higher difficulty and have rarer drops. So that's the PvE side of things for Endgame. They are also working on a PvP deathmatch mode, where 2 teams of 12 players will go ahead for the victory. And of course, since it is a live game, I am sure there will be plenty more Endgame content coming to us throughout the years. Of course, one of the big main worrying points about live games is how they are going to monetize. They say that every single DLC drop will be free. However, in order to support dedicated servers and free DLC drops, they are going to have microtransactions. I know, that's a dirty word, but Bethesda have said that their microtransactions will only come in the form of cosmetics that will also have a way to earn them by playing the game. So that is everything we know about what kind of game Fallout 76 is going to be. So far, I think it sounds great. It's taken elements from many games that I love, such as popular looter shooters like Destiny and The Division, and combining it with the survival elements of games like Rust and Ark. And of course, they are still keeping that core Fallout experience. It's going to be interesting not having any human NPCs. However, I have faith that they are going to be able to pull off a reasonably good story throughout the use of terminals and robot NPCs. And of course, I do think it is really great that they are doing free DLC. That seems to be the way that games are going nowadays, and I cannot support it any more than I already do. But now you know everything about Fallout 76. What do you think about it? Put your opinions down in the comments below, maybe even throw in a few suggestions of future videos. I do have a few in the works on other games that were announced at E3 that I want to cover, but of course if you want to find out anything else about Fallout 76, put your suggestions down below and I will do my best to find the required information or whatever it is you want. And with all that said and out of the way, thank you for watching the video and sticking around till the end. Leave a like on the video, subscribe for plenty more videos that will be coming your way on the games that I love, and of course, I will see you guys in the next one.